Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. We are from AC2204B Uitm Dungun. In this video, me and my groupmate have chosen RHB Bank Berhad as the company for our FAR570 group presentation. In this video, we will explain in detail about the company's segmental reporting and interim reporting. But before we get started, I would like to introduce my group members first. There are 5 intelligent and dedicated students in this group. First is Muhammad Haziq bin Zulgafar. Second, Zahin Nurina binti Norazman. Third, Nurul Ezzah binti Ghani. Fourth is me, Nur Syazwani Syakila binti Rusalan. And the last one is Luqman Hakim bin Badzrul Nizam. Okay, first we are going to explain about segmental reporting. In segmental reporting, there are 4 parts, which are company background, management approach, segmental report, and conclusion.
Without further ado, we start with company background. RHB Bank Berhad was incorporated in Malaysia as a public limited company on 24 August 1994 under the name of DCB Holdings Berhad. It assumed its present name on 16 June 1997. RHB Capital was listed on the main market of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad on 29 December 1994. Currently, the RHB Banking Group provides financial products and services through its main subsidiaries such as RHB Bank Berhad, RHB Investment Berhad, OSK Investment Bank Berhad, RHB Insurance Berhad, and the last one is RHB Islamic Bank Berhad. On 16 March 2005, the RHB Banking Group became the first domestic financial group in Malaysia to set up an Islamic banking subsidiary known as RHB Islamic Bank Berhad. The merger between OSK Investment Berhad and RHB Investment Bank made RHB IB the largest investment bank in Malaysia by assets. Ranked among the top banks in Malaysia and with a significant presence in Asia, RHB has strong market leadership in Malaysia across targeted products and segments. With more than 14,000 employees group-wide, RHB's presence spans 9 countries in the Asian region. Next, we're moving on to factors considered having a segment reporting. There are 3 factors. First is to assist users of financial statements in gaining a better understanding of the company's performance. Financial statement user here refer to investors, creditors, and shareholders. It will give them more information about the company financial. Second, to gain a better understanding of the company's future cash flow prospects. The company needs to be transparent in reporting the segment of the company. Financial statement user, as I stated before, need to have clear view to make a decision to invest in the company or not. Lastly, to make more comprehensive judgment about the company, the users of financial statement need to make more judgment by referring to the information in the financial statement to monitor their performance. Then there are 5 types of segment in this company. The first one is group retail banking. It focuses on providing financial services to individual customers. Services offered include credit facilities such as mortgage, non-residential mortgage, hire purchase, purchase of securities, credit cards, and other loans and financings, remittances, deposit collection, investment-related products, and banca insurance or banca takaful products. Second, group business banking is a range of services provided by a bank to a business or corporation. Services offered under business banking include loans, credit, savings accounts, and checking accounts which are tailored specifically to the business. Third, group wholesale banking. It is divided into 2 types, which are group corporate banking and group investment banking, and another one is group treasury and global markets. Under group corporate banking and group investment banking, it refers to banking services sold to large clients such as corporations, other banks, and government agencies. Services include currency conversion, working capital financing, large trade transactions, and consultancy. Then, under group treasury and global markets, it operates on proprietary and non-proprietary fixed income and foreign exchange trading, derivatives trading and structuring, customer-based foreign exchange and money market transactions, and more. Fourth, group international business. Focus on providing commercial banking related products and services tailored to specific needs of the customers in foreign countries in which the group has operations. Currently, the group has foreign presence in Singapore, Thailand, Brunei, Cambodia, and Laos. Lastly, support center and others comprise results from the group's other business segments. The results of these other businesses are not material to the group, hence, they are not disclosed separately and are reported in the financial statements as a whole. Moving on to shift of decision making. Shift of decision making's responsibility is to allocate resources and assess the performance of the operating segments. The entity that could be the shift of decision making may be the CEO, the chief operating officer, or the senior management of the board of the directors. For RHB Bank Berhad, they already decided that their management committee is their chief operating decision maker.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Ezzah Ghani and I will be presenting the segmental report. The process to identify the reportable segment and non-reportable segment. Firstly, we need to identify the operating segment of RHB Bank Berhad. Based on the annual report of RHB Bank Berhad have 6 major operating segments, which are Group Retail Banking, Group Business Banking, Group Corporate and Investment Banking, Group Treasury and Global Markets, Group International Business, and Support Center, and others. As stated in MFRS 8, and operating segments are only required to be reportable if they meet the 10% quantitative threshold test. Therefore, in identifying the reportable and non-reportable segment, the 10% threshold test must be done. The 10% threshold test can be tested either on revenue, results or profit, or assets of the operating segment. As for revenue, the total revenue of a segment must be 10% or more than the total revenue of all operating segments. Meanwhile, as for result of profit, a segment profit or loss must be 10% or more than the total of all profit or loss. As for assets, a segment asset must be 10% or more than the total of all operating segments asset. In our case, RHB Bank Berhad has chosen to test the 10% threshold test based on revenue. If the operating segment does not meet any of the quantitative threshold test, which is the 10% threshold test, then it will not be qualified to separately disclose in the financial statement and must be combined together as all other segment category. In this presentation, 10% threshold test on segment revenue of all operating segment on RHB Bank Berhad is applied. For the calculation, the total revenue of a segment consists of external and internal segment divided by combined revenue of all operating segment. For example, the total revenue in Group Retail Banking amounted to Rm 2,720,396,000 divided by total revenue of all operating segment amounted to Rm 7,257,790,000 times 100. So we will get 37.59%. Based on the calculation, Group Retail, Group Business, Group CVIB, and Group Treasury and Global Markets are reportable segments since they pass the 10% threshold test, while the Group International Business and Support Center and others will be combined and disclosed in all segment category since they does not meet the requirement of 10% threshold test. Next, the calculation for 75% test, which is total external of reportable segment divided by total revenue of all segment. As a result, for RHB Bank Berhad, we made the 75% test since the percent is 93%. As per calculation in revenue basis, there will be 4 reportable segments as the stated percentage is exceeding the 10% of combined revenue of all operating segments in RHB Bank Berhad. That comprises Group Retail, Group Business, Group CVIB, and Group Treasury and Global Markets of 37.59%, 15.70%, 20.54%, and 19.71% respectively. Group International Business and Support Center and others will be reported as all other segments as it fails to meet the 10% threshold test requirement. Since the 75% test has been satisfied by the company of 93%, RHB Bank Berhad may simply ignore the Group International Business and Support Center and others.
Hey guys, so now I will talk about advantages and also disadvantages for segment reporting. But now we will start with the advantages first, okay? So there are 4 of advantages and also 4 disadvantages. But now we'll start with the advantages. The first advantages by using segment reporting is it gives a better understanding because it helps customer to gain knowledge about the organization's performance and also evaluating overall results. Number 2, it is easy to identify profit making and also loss making because it can help to determine whether to expand or to sell the segment. Number 3, it helps a better decision making for potential investors because it gives investors a detailed information. The last one is, which is number 4, it assists in the efficient use of resources because decision making is based on the segment results. And now for disadvantages of segment reporting, there are 4 of it, right? So the first one, it is a time consuming because segmental reporting needs several disclosures. Okay, number 2, it might lead to misunderstanding because there are tons of information presented in the segmental reporting. Number 3, it can be quite confusing because not all companies split the segment based on the same basis. Number 4, which is the last one, it will be difficult for the common expenses because it has to allocate at certain times. So that's all for advantages and also disadvantages of segment reporting. Now let's continue with the basis of preparation for interim report.
Okay, now we are moving to interim reporting. There are 5 parts in interim report. First, basis of preparation of the interim report. Second, accounting policies used in preparing the interim report. Third, types of interim reports. Fourth, period for the current and comparative of each statement. And the last one is adjustment made by the company to be included in the interim report. Now, let's take a look what our presenter have for us.
Hey guys, we're not done yet, but this will be my last explanation for basis of the preparation for interim report, which is the first question from part B. So let's get to know first what is interim report, what they can give, and also how many methods will be in it. So as I can say, interim report is an overview of the company's financial performance before the end of the financial reporting cycle. And interim report also can give you an improvement of communication between public and also the company, because they would know the up-to-date financial data. Interim report also can be divided into two, into two methods, which is the first one is the discrete method, and the second one is integral method. So what is integral method? What is discrete method? Discrete method treats interim accounting period in a separate period, but integral method is the fraction of the annual report. So since we are presenting about RHB Bank, so RHB Bank is using the integral method, which is they calculate the accounting period quarterly, which is they would have 4 quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and so the fourth quarter. The first quarter will be the first month, the early month of every year, which is January, February, and also March. And then for second quarter, it will be followed by another 3 months, okay? And it will be followed for the third quarter and so the fourth quarter, and that's it.
I'll be presenting about accounting policies used to prepare the interim report for RHB Group Bank Berhad. Alright, the first accounting policies is moratorium on repayment or payment of loans and financings. Banking institution is to grant an automatic moratorium on all loans or financings repayment, covering both principals and interest and profits by individuals and small or medium-sized enterprise for a period of 6 months effective 1 April 2020. So this automatic moratorium is applicable to loans or financings that are not in arrears exceeding 90 days as at 1 April and denominated in Malaysian ringgit. However, for credit cards, customers shall have the option of converting the outstanding balance into a term loan or financing of tenure not more than 3 years. An effective interest or profit rate capped at 30% per annum for customers who have been unable to meet the minimum repayment for 3 consecutive months. Their credit card balance shall be automatically converted into a term loan with the above mentioned terms. Banking institutions are strongly encouraged to facilitate requests for moratorium for corporate borrowers in a way that enables viable corporations to preserve jobs and swiftly resume economic activities. As for the second accounting policies used, it is derivative financial instruments and hedge accounting. So derivatives are initially recognized at fair value on the date on which derivative contracts are entered into, and are subsequently remeasured at fair values. All derivatives are carried as assets when fair values are positive, but as liabilities when fair values are negative. The mention of recognizing the resulting fair value gains or loss depends on whether the derivative is designated and qualifies as a hedging instrument, and if so, the nature of the item being hedged. The group and the bank designated certain derivatives as either hedges of the fair value of recognized assets or liabilities or firm commitments fair value hedge, or hedges of highly probable future cash flows attributable to a recognized asset or liabilities, or a forecasted transaction, which means cash flow hedge. A net investment hedge accounting is used for derivatives designated in this way provided certain criteria are met. RHB Group Bank Berhad prepared the interim report based on quarterly basis, which consists of statement of financial position, statement of comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of cash flows. There are also some selected notes as required by MFRS 134.
Assalamualaikum. I am Zahin Nurina binti Norazman, and I will present about this slide. Okay, this slide is about period of current and comparative of each statement prepared by RHB Bank Berhad. The interim report was prepared in compliance with MFRS 134 interim financial reporting, and it was measured in quarterly basis. Okay, there are 4 statements prepared by the company, which is statement of financial position, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of cash flow. Okay, for statement of financial position, current interim period is 12 months. It was measured from 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020. And it was prepared at the end of the year, which is 31st December 2020. For comparative statement, it was prepared at the immediate preceding year, which is 31st December 2019, with a period of 12 months from 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2019. For statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, it was measured 3 months, which is same as the 4th quarter of the year, and it was ended at 31st December 2020. The comparative statement is ended at 31st December 2019, and it was measured from 1st October 2019 to 31st December 2019 with a period of 3 months. In this statement, it also prepared the cumulative period for both current and comparative statement. It was prepared at 12-month period from 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020 for current interim period, and also from 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2019 for comparative statement. For statement of changes in equity and statement of cash flow, both ended at 31st December 2020 for the current interim period with a 12-month period from 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020. And for comparative statement, it was ended at 31st December 2019 from 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2019. Okay, this slide is about adjustment and extract of financial statement. So first adjustment is, as at 31st December 2020, the right of use asset related to leasehold property amounting 136,713,000 ringgit Malaysia was included in carrying value of land and building of the group. So the amount mentioned should be deducted from property, plant and equipment and add it back in right of use assets. Second adjustment is, as at 31st December 2020, the amount of net of allowance for credit losses amounting 24,388,000 ringgit Malaysia was stated in other receivables along with the fee and premium receivables. So the amount mentioned should be deducted from other assets account and added in allowance for credit losses in income statements. That's all from me. Thank you.